Hello everyone and welcome to this Lyric Land video with me, Mr Linham, where today we're learning the Christmas song, O Little Town of Bethlehem. It's a really famous old classical music styled hymn and I think it's a really beautiful song, and I know that it's actually quite an easy one to learn, so we should be able to learn it very quickly together. The interesting thing about this song is its musical structure, one of our elements of music, which is that the structure is A, B, A. Which means that once you've learned one A section, then the other two A sections are the same and you've only got to learn a B section. So let's have a listen to this melody to see how it works. That is our A section, so that happens twice in a row and then something else happens. So let's hear it for a second time. So if we've heard those two A's, now we would hear the B section. And then we would go back to the A section. So you can hear that the musical structure is A, B, A. We find that in lots of old jazz tunes actually. Jazz standards are typically A, B, A structure, whereas this isn't as long as a jazz tune, but a similar musical structure of a 32-bar chunk. So let's have a look at some words, shall we? We've got O little town of Bethlehem. And there's a little bit of melisma going on in that song as well. Bethlehem. And melisma is when we stretch a single syllable over multiple pitches. Mr Linham would be melisma. So, O little town of Bethlehem. Now, I'm going to give you a top tip. And my top tip is very, very simple. You need to make sure that you're breathing, because there's one pet peeve that I have with this song, is that people go, O little town of Bethlehem, and then they put like a little breath in there. I don't think you need to breathe there, because if you're using your diaphragm, engaging the core, if you're using your diaphragm and doing it, then you won't need to breathe halfway through the A phrase. So the whole A phrase sounds like this. Ready for it? I have to sit up straight to get my big breath in. O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Now I have to really push, and actually I do it better when I'm not playing the piano as well, but that helps me keep my pitches. So, the words on the screen, let's give it a go. O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. I had to cheat then, just to get through it, but I'm sure you guys can do it. Can you? Can you? We'll see. Okay, the next part, same melody, different words. It goes. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Or you have to really push them there. Maybe have a look around your classroom, or if you're doing it at home with the dog or something, check to see if there's any sneaky breaths going on, because we don't like a sneaky breath. We've got to see if we can do those phrases all in one. Let's have a go at the B section phrase now. This is a little bit harder. Yet in the dark street shineth. Now I do think you need to breathe here. So I don't want shineth with a th in the middle, because that's just aggressive and disgusting. Yet in the dark street shineth. You have to enjoy the and it's really wide in the back of the throat. It's also very high for Mr Linham, which doesn't help. Yet in the dark street shineth. Sing it with me. 1, 2, 3. Yet in the dark streets shineth. Good. Next part. The everlasting light. The everlasting light. And you'll notice you don't want to go light, like that. Light from there, not light over your nose. Classical music, and particularly singing hymns, is all about making sure that it sounds beautiful. You have to imagine you're in a really big church where you can hear the echo and the sound just bouncing around. That's what they're going for. That's why all these melodies are so floaty and flowing. The last A section then has one actual little change. After we've done everlasting light, we go the hopes. So that instead of the hopes and fears is longer. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. And if you were watching carefully, you'll have spotted that I did a cheeky breath where I wasn't supposed to, because I didn't breathe enough at the beginning. So from the hopes and fears, 1, 2. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Did you get it in one breath? One more time for luck. It's harder because the is longer, so it's going to be 1, 2, the. Here we go. 1, 2. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Now, if you need to take a breath, you're going to have to take it, but you've got to cover it up, which means some of you have got to be able to sing all the way through. Let's try and do the whole verse now in a row, because you've learned the whole song. This is as hard as it gets. Little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in the dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. How did you get on? Were you able to sing the full phrases? You have to really use your diaphragms, engaging the core to be able to work your way through. I'm optimistic you've got that. So I'm now going to put the verse 2 lyrics on the screen, and you can have a go at singing along with those. Here we go. Verse 2. Oh, morning stars together proclaim the holy birth, and praises sing to God the King, and peace to men on earth. For Christ is born of Mary, and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. Now, the eagle-eared amongst you will have noticed I made one small mistake. Pause the video now and discuss it with your classmates and teacher if you spotted my mistake, because my mistake was, drum roll, I didn't do a long while mortals sleep, which I should have done. Let's have a go at verse 3 now, because I'm optimistic you've got that. If you didn't, just rewind it back. Here's verse 3. How silently the wondrous gift is dim. So God imparts to human hearts the blessings of his hem. No ear may hear his coming, but in this world of sin, where meek souls will receive him still, the dear Christ enters in. How did you get on? Were you able to sing that? Now you'll notice that I was playing and singing that more softly. The third verse, traditionally in this carol, is sung more quietly because it starts, how silently, how silently. Often if there's been a big organ playing in a cathedral or church, suddenly they'd start playing it really small, and then for the big finish for verse 4, our fourth and final verse, they would start pulling all the stops out, literally pulling the stops out, because that's how you make an organ louder. Top tip. Now they pull all the stops out, so they're using all the big tubes on the organs, and it starts to sound really massive. Now our fourth verse has another melody that stacks on top of it. Pause the video now and tell your teacher what you think that melody is, but if you don't know, it is, drum roll, it is of course the descant. The descant is where the words, some of you can sing the original tune and some of you would sing this alternate melody that fits on the top. It's definitely on the top because descants go over the first melody or the original melody. So here's our fourth verse. O holy child of Bethlehem, descend to us we pray. Cast out our sin and enter in, be born in us today. We hear the Christmas angels, the great glad tidings tell. Oh, come to us, abide with us, our Lord Emmanuel. There we go. I didn't play the descant that time because I can't sing and play it. Lovely. Let's try and sing it the whole way through, being a no mistakes Nigel. Here we go. Sit up straight, ready to make a big full sound. Oh little town. Oh little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in the dark streets shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. O morning stars together proclaim the holy birth, and praises sing to God the King, and peace to men on earth. For Christ is born of Mary, and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. How silently the wondrous gift is given. So God imparts to human hearts the blessings of his hymn. No ear may hear his coming, but in this world of sin, where meek souls will receive him still, the dear Christ enters in. O holy child of Bethlehem, descend to us we pray. Cast out our sin and enter in, be born in us today. We hear the Christmas tidings tell. Oh, come to us, abide with us, our Lord Emmanuel. There we go, we have learned Oh Little Town of Bethlehem, and I think you've all done absolutely fantastically. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Do make sure you visit lyricland.co.uk for more of my videos and for lots of free resources for primary schools. And I'll see you for another video very, very soon. Well done everybody, see you later, bye!